Your days of investing 5 grand and making 5 million, those will be out there with the right ones. Hey everyone, it's David here. I want to welcome you to today's video. I'm going to talk to you about something that I'm not an expert in, but I have a lot of people that I know that are. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and my latest investment. But before I do that, do me a favor. If you've not subscribed to my channel, go and click the subscribe and click the notification link, as I'd like for you to be one of my lucky winners. And at the end, if you really like this video, give me a thumbs up. All right, so this is challenging because I'm not an expert in cryptocurrency. You look at like surplus funds, my business, what I've developed in a company with Spencer, and we've done very well with this. You look at something like cryptocurrency, I'll give you 3 tips on cryptocurrency. And before I even get there, I just want to let you know that this is not financial advice. So keep that in mind. I'm not a financial expert. If you really want to know about me, I'm a little old school. I'm trying to adapt into the current market and know what's good. But just 3 things I want to say about this. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm telling you what I've done. So my first investment was with FEG. Put $300 in. I tried to put $3,000 in, but because it was my first time investing, they had a limit on how much, and it's very strict. And you have to go through a number of different websites, and that's a whole nother training on how to actually invest. But I did FEG. That 300 grew at one point to 35,000. I mean, it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Now, a lot of people are asking me about FEG. Like a lot of people are asking me. I'm going to tell you what I know about it and just go from there. First of all, cryptocurrency in general and Bitcoin, people are getting in more where your days of investing 5 grand and making 5 million, those will be out there with the right ones, but those are probably going to be far and fewer nuggets. Okay, but with FEG, the reason why I've held on to it is because I believe with the software and some of the developments, I personally believe they're going to have one more run. I'm not promising that. I'm not saying they are, but I'm holding on to it, and it's low right now. It's extremely low, but I believe they're going to have that one more run. 3 tips though. Number 1 is surround yourself with the right people on cryptocurrency. Get involved in some people that have done very well. Get on their feeds, if it's Twitter, if it's YouTube, whatever it is. See what they're doing and follow them, because honestly, they're the ones that are the most successful. Number 2, the second tip I'm going to give you is whatever you invest, you have to be willing to know that you could possibly lose that, okay? That means that if you invest 300, you may say goodbye to that 300. If you invest 3,000, you may make money or you may lose money, but you have to know that you can lose that money. In fact, if you look at Mark Cuban, and I'm an avid Mark Cuban fan, and I don't follow him all the way, but he got screwed over on a deal. He writes about it where he thought it was going to cash out, and the guys, I mean, there's a lot of fraud with this business. If you have someone like Mark Cuban, who's the master, I mean, I've watched Mark Cuban. I love him on Shark Tank. I love the fact that when he talks, he tells people like it is, and he's very direct to the point. And he's trying to get the market, Bitcoin, to be monitored a little bit more than what it is, because it's very dangerous, and you get someone out there with a new product, and then the next day they're gone. Number 3 is you have to know when to cash out. So I actually was at an event a couple weekends ago. I was actually down there with Spencer, and I went up to a guy who's done very well with Bitcoin, and I asked him, I just said, hey, what big advice would you give me on this? And he just said, you have to be willing to cash out. Those 3 tips are: surround yourself with the right people. You know that whatever you put in, you may make money, people have made a killing, and you may lose money. You just have to know that. And you have to be willing to cash out. So my latest investment called CAASH, C-A-A-S-H. Let me tell you something about this and why I believe it's going to be big. And I'm only going to give you a brief sentence. On the research and the people that I've talked to and what I've done on this, it's supposed to be like the PayPal of cryptocurrency. It's supposed to be easier to pay, easier to make transactions. And these guys are putting this together, and I'm very impressed by it. It may flop or it may do really good. So that's been my latest investment. I will keep you updated on that. I will let you know how it does, and I'll definitely keep you going on that. And I talked about FEG. I talked about where that was. I do know that they beta tested a software. We have a software at Surplus List. Actually, it's app.surpluslist.com. I'm not here to promote my software. I know that we did a beta phase, and I know it's taken months to work out all the kinks in the system. It's skip tracing and everything like that. Again, I'm not here to promote that, but I'm saying when you come up with a new software like FEG did, it's not easy to get a software going going. In fact, I know a lot of people that have launched software products that have failed. I have confidence here they're going to pull through this. And again, that's my personal belief. I'm not telling you to go out and do this. If you want to know what I've seen people be most successful with, and this is really talking about the old school, this is really old school of me. I've seen a few people that I know that have had a Roth IRA, and you younger people probably don't know what that is, just like older people don't know what crypto and Bitcoin and everything is. I'm still learning. But Dave Ramsey has some information on Roth IRAs. If you invest from 18 to 38 and you never touch it again and you're putting $250 a month in there, by the time you hit 60, if you do it with the right company, it'll be worth over $1 million. So when I was 18, they didn't have the internet. I'm dating myself. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have all the technology that they have now. I walked into a Dean Witter, true story, and I sat down in front of a stockbroker and I said, I'd like to invest in some stock. I so wish I would have bought Apple. Well, it was later on. Apple was like 25 cents a share. I know someone who bought thousands of these, and the guy's like a millionaire today because Apple went from 25 cents a share to like 600 and something a share. Could you imagine? I mean, buying 1,000 of those and the payoff that you would get. In fact, I'm just curious. So if you own 1,000, let's say it's just 600. I should know this. I was a former math teacher, but doing these videos, my mind can't think. So if you own 1,000 and it went up to 600, you'd be at 600,000. And this guy bought thousands. I mean, he bought thousands upon thousands. He's a millionaire. He showed me his accounts once. I'm like, wow, he was in my real estate club. I went into Dean Witter and I sat down in front of the guy and I spoke to him and just said, I want to invest some money in stock. And he looked at me very puzzled. And the guy was probably in his like late 30s, early 40s. He said, why does a young kid like you want to invest in the stock market? And I said, well, I want to have money and I want to make money. And he's like, and he gave me the worst direction. So what we did is we put some money that I've now converted into my Roth IRA. We bought some various stocks, $300. So we're decades later, that is worth over $5,000 now, $5,000. And I always say, wow, if I had invested $300 the next month and the next month and the next month, especially my Roth IRA, and each month that average $5,000, that'd be $60,000. It just would be huge. It'd be over $600,000. So this pays off. So if you're young, even if you're older, I think Roth IRAs are the best way to go. I have that, and I have a whole life insurance policy. A whole life insurance policy is you pay a lot more in upfront on the life insurance, and then as you get older, it starts paying for itself, and then you have that money in the account more. When you hit a certain age, you could withdraw from it, you could borrow against it, and I really like it. For me, that was really attractive. Getting back to crypto and Bitcoin, I do believe that CAASH, CAASH, and I'm not promoting it, I'm not saying buy it, I'm not saying do anything with it, but I honestly believe that this is going to be a big thing. So for me, that is my next investment. This is the first video. Hopefully in 4 or 5 months, you're seeing me saying, hey, here's where it's at and here's what it's doing now, and it's very good. So I'm hoping for that. I do a lot of on surplus funds. I do have a family, and I'm a business guy, full-time business, and I do a lot with my family. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, click subscribe, click the notification link. You'll probably see me talking about surplus funds. You'll see me doing some family stuff, and I do crypto. Those are the 3 main videos that I do. Crypto is what I'm doing the least of, but I'll try to do a little bit more because I have a lot of people asking me about this. And again, like I've said 3 or 4 times on this video, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a believer in this. I've seen it. I've had some stuff happen with FIG, and I do believe that some other stuff's going to happen, but I am going to research it, and I'm going to keep on. I'm surrounding myself with the right people. This is supposed to really have, it's supposed to be flawless. I'm hoping it is. It's supposed to be a good product, and believe it will be, and I'm excited about it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.